Hi there, my name is Joseph Burke, and I'm going to answer the question for you today. How do you factor a three-term quadratic with a leading coefficient of 1? Well, something like that would look something like this. And I'm going to share a screen with you so you can see Desmos so that I can explain this in a clear and concise way. So here we go. All right. So the form we're looking at is x squared plus bx plus c. And x squared is what we call the quadratic term. Bx is what we call the linear term. C is what we call the constant. And we should probably also specify that b is the linear term's coefficient. Or sometimes called the numerical coefficient. Okay, that's a lot of words. It might be good to have a specific example. So an example of this could be x squared plus 2x plus 80, say minus 80. And here, x squared is what we call the quadratic term. 2x is what we call the linear term. 2 is the linear term's coefficient. And negative 80, because this is the same thing as plus and negative 80 is the constant. So when you find a quadratic polynomial in that form, the best method for factoring starts with finding the factors of the constant that have a sum equal to the linear term's coefficient. So find the factors of the constant, negative 80 in this case, that have a sum equal to the linear term's coefficient, which in this case is 2. Okay, so we're going to break up 80 into two factors, and we're going to add those two factors so that they come up with being equal to our linear term's coefficient, b. So again, lots of words. Let's clarify it some more by building a table. First, you have to find all the factor pairs. And this isn't a video on finding factor pairs, but you can watch as I discover what all the factor pairs of negative 80 are and come up with your own technique. But you do want to find all of them to figure out if it is factorable or not and what the factors are. So for negative 80, we can try a factor of 1. 1 always works, and negative 1 always works. For 80, 2 will also work, negative 2. Unfortunately, if we try to take the sum of these, even though we found some factor pairs, none of them have a sum equal to 2, as you can see here. So we keep going. We can try 3, but that's not going to work. 80 is not divisible by 3. You can try 4 and negative 4. 80 is also divisible by 5. None of which give us a sum of negative 2. So we can try 8, and 8 times negative 10 is negative 2. Getting closer, we want positive 2. So if we try negative 8, so now we found factors of negative 80 with a sum of 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to write that in the form where we're just going to add the two factors to x. And so the way that looks is x minus 8 for our factor of negative 8 and x plus 10. And what you will see is this will produce the very same graph as what we started with up here, which was this right here. So we can silence all the other graphs going on here. We can see that that these two, I thought I copied it, x squared plus 2x minus 80 produces the same graph as this. They are, in fact, the same thing. This is the factored form of this quadratic. So that's it. Thank you very much.